Welcome back into Cougar Sports Saturday, powered by KSL Sports. Mitch, Harper, Kyle Ireland. We are a few short hours away, 5 hours away about from kickoff, Mitch, and we've got BYU ranked 18th coming into Tucson to face the 4-1 Arizona Wildcats, but not the only Big 12 game today. Right now we've got UCF taking on Cincinnati. We've got the Bearcats 20-3 over the Knights, and Cincinnati, Mitch, man, they seem like the real deal this season.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They are rolling 20-3. Looks like they're going to go to 5-1 and 3-0 in Big 12 play. Cincinnati's for real. That game on November 22nd, I think we all thought, that'll be probably a breeze. BYU wins that. Maybe
you thought the schedule was going to let up at the end after that hard stretch, and now it's going to continue all the way to the end.
No, this is a tough schedule for BYU, and Cincinnati's playing at a high level. A team that's not playing at a high level on the opposite end of the spectrum in the Big 12 is Oklahoma State. They are bad. We were tuning into that game a little bit here, watching that game on TV.
And then you turned it off.
The stands are basically half empty in Stillwater. They just don't care. Houston's up 36-10, 9:02 left in the fourth quarter. Houston, they're going to jump to 5-1, 2-1 in Big 12 play. How about that for Houston? Year 2 under Willie Fritz. The Cougs in Clutch City are going to go to 5-1 and in the thick of this Big 12 race, with their only loss being to Texas Tech. Other games in the conference today, 1:30 p.m., so about 35 minutes or so. Colorado going to host number 22 Iowa State. Interesting game. Colorado's had a week, man. Coach Prime had a surgery for more blood clots. He's had about 16 surgeries in the last handful of years. He's been through so much. If there's a time for Colorado to circle the wagons, it's right now.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if they get that win over Iowa State, another ranked team who, suffered a loss there? I think that.
Do you think they will? Do you think Colorado takes down Iowa State?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think they're going to. I'm kind of flipping back and forth. Like I said Iowa State this week on the podcast. Now that it's game day, I'm kind of like, I want to flip over. But, maybe I'll stay with what I originally thought in Iowa State. But I wouldn't be shocked if Colorado got that win. They've had 2 consecutive weeks with 14-0 leads. BYU, as we all know, and then TCU. But they just can't finish the job.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be without Draylon Miller, right? I mean,
Sure.
I think that's a big loss for Colorado. And then you've got Rocco Becht. I think he's a good quarterback, Mitch. And so I think that leading the Cyclones there, they're going to be one of those games, it's hard not to look ahead in BYU's schedule, Mitch, but you think about, we talk about Cincinnati, that game, the Iowa State game. I mean, BYU's got some tough talent that they're going to be facing down this home stretch.
TCU goes on the road at Kansas State, 1:30 p.m. on Fox. Should be a good game. It's an all-purple fest. If you love purple, you're going to love that matchup. 5:30 p.m. on Fox. Kansas at number 9, Texas Tech. The Red Raiders are rolling. I think it's pretty clear they're the clear-cut favorite right now, or do you think that's still kind of up for grabs in the Big 12?
No, absolutely. And what was it? I was listening to your podcast earlier this week. You said you wouldn't be surprised if this was like a 3-touchdown margin victory for Texas Tech. They're outstanding, and they've had quarterback play issues this season due to injury. They've got health now at that position, and I think that they're finally getting a little respect. They snuck into the top 10 of the AP poll this last week, and so it's nice to be able to see the Big 12 get a little respect there. But I think that they're outstanding. Morton's back for the Red Raiders, and he's an outstanding quarterback. So
just up the road from Broadcast House in Salt Lake City, the nightcap in the Big 12, 8:15 p.m. on ESPN. Utah hosts number 21 Arizona State, which will be without Sam Leavitt. He's been dealing with an injury since the Baylor game. He was ruled out. It was funny when it got shown up on the availability report. I think it was Thursday, and it was doubtful. Our Utah colleague, Steve Bartle, who hosts Utah Blockcast, he was live reacting on his show, and him and his co-host said, "Is this Jedi mind tricks?" I wanted to be like, guys, not every coach pulls mind tricks with quarterbacks and their injury status. But Sam Leavitt is out for this game for the Sun Devils, but it changes the complete complexion of the game. I mean, I honestly thought Arizona State was going to win this game because of Sam Leavitt. With him out, I just can't picture a world where Utah is losing this game. Week before the rivalry, do you think there's any chance Utah drops this one to ASU?
No, not with Levitt out. And we were at Marriott Madness on Thursday, Mitch, and we looked at the news there and saw Jeff Sims in line to start. And I was like, Jeff Sims? He's still in college football?
He started in games that included Trevor Lawrence at Clemson. Quarterbacks that are just well-known, entrenched in their NFL careers. He's still in college. That's how long Jeff Sims. I
feel like this is back to like
around.
when Taysom was like in his last year at BYU, and you'd see these games and be like, people on social media be like, Taysom Hill's still in college football. I mean, like that's how I feel about Jeff Sims seeing that name.
It's college football. You get some long, drawn-out careers. Honestly,
especially now, and you had the COVID year, like that affected a lot of things in this last few seasons.
I will say though, as someone who covers BYU, I'm kind of more numb to that stuff than most beats and most reporters because, in my world, I'm used to seeing a 25, 26-year-old covering it. Not saying that's everyone at BYU.
Business as usual.
But just like, okay, tell me something I don't know. Like I'm used to covering a guy that's 26 in college football because BYU has that a time or two. I think there's a 28-year-old on this year's team, on this year's roster, I believe, from the fall camp details and notes about BYU's team this year. But that's your week in the Big 12. We'll continue to give you updates throughout the day when games go final and some notable scores take place in and around college football as well. Let's take a break. We'll get to hour number 2. We'll start to dive in more to BYU and Arizona, and you'll hear from linebackers coach Justin Enna. His linebacker unit's pretty banged up. What's this position group going to look like against the Wildcats? You'll hear from linebacker coach Justin Enna next here on Cougar Sports Saturday, live from Tucson, Arizona, and it's powered by KSL Sports.